Alright. We've finally arrived, guys! Oh my god, chapter 111. This is gonna be a crazy chapter. I've already heard, or actually I've read in, not exactly like read, but I've been hearing stuff from my Discord server, and I'm just like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And just looking at this alone, this is gonna be crazy. Well, we have a glimpse of Anya's mother for the first time. And it's just like I thought, you guys. I was ready. I was saying like, okay, based on the hint I saw online, it said like Anya has a dream, and I realized, oh, it's probably gonna be her flashback, her lore. It's finally here, guys. And I heard, or not heard, I read from my Discord server. I didn't read it completely, but there was a highlight that just said it's a very short chapter that might be very, very emotional, so I don't have any tissues. Do I have tissues? Shoot. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about me. Anyways, we're gonna go and get started. So we get to see here, what's actually really nice about this is that this is the inspo model of Anya, I believe. If you guys have seen the original drawings of what would have been Anya, I think her name is Ash, right? Ash is from another series. She kind of also inspired Anya. So we could see here that the mother also has these decorative horns too. So it kind of reminds me of Ash. Is this how you say her name? So yeah, it's just the OG model. But it's very interesting. I love that there's a reference here. And it's just like I thought too, guys. Remember how I said in the experiment Anya and Anya, maybe Anya is named after her mother, but we don't know her name exactly. But it's just really cute that Anya has her mom right here. But it looks... I'm very, very curious because based on their outfit, I don't know if this is a style. I like the little bow touch too, because Anya has one bow in the front and they had 3 bows. She had 3 bows on her back. Her mom probably had 1 or 2 bows. So it's interesting to see that design choice where the bows used to be on the back but now it's on the front. Maybe it could also be a patient gown, which is very interesting to me. So that's why I'm curious. And then just something to note, the bows are 3 in the back here and 2 for her mom. And if we take note of Anya's outfit, like in modern day, she only has 1 bow at the front. Okay. So yeah, those are some of the things I've noticed. And we see here little cute baby Anya. She's probably like 2 or 3. Because we get to see modern day Anya's probably 4 or 5 in the present time. So this is like her earliest memories. So she sees a little bee or a fly, and she looks up to her mom for validation, and her mom is just smiling at her. Oh, this is just so sweet and so sad. And again, the expressions are missing because this is an early memory, and Anya probably does not even remember what her mom looks like, which is so unfortunate. Sometimes you remember, sometimes you don't, especially when you're very young at like 2 or 3 years old. Sometimes you can't even remember your parents' face, which is really quite sad. Okay, let's move on to page 2. And then, oh, little Anya's just trying her best to say words, but bubberfy, which is so cute. She's in her babbling stage. This is quite normal in terms of linguistic, and I have to say this, like, linguistics is a lot. If you actually studied or put some time into researching, which I'm very, very, very proud of with Endo-san and the team, to use words like b first and fi like this, it makes sense in terms of him doing his homework, right? Because when you're learning about language acquisition, especially from a child's perspective, the first thing you learn is how do you pronounce the words. And sometimes they're just babbling, you know? And Anya is quite intelligent at her age, at 2 or 3 years old. I'm assuming she's 2 or 3 here, okay? Because the first signs of pronunciation is the B's and the P's, because they're the easiest sounds to produce if you're learning like the English language, for example. So the P and B's are usually the first that are pronounced. Maybe I can also show it to you guys here. I'm gonna pull up some linguistic stuff. Child language acquisition. Which sounds are produced first? Yeah, so as I mentioned here, we have when children first start acquiring a language, they typically produce vowel sounds like a and u first, followed by consonants like b, p, and d, which are often made by the lips and are considered relatively easy to produce. These sounds usually emerge during the babbling stage, around 6 months old. So the fact that Anya can actually already say these words too, just goes to show that she's... Oh yeah, I forgot, sorry guys, this one's from the last page. It just goes to show how she is very intelligent for her age, actually. The fact that she's able to speak in her own right is a genius, in a way. Okay, so we see here she is struggling by saying butterfly, but she's very close to it. We see a butterfly or nearby. Butterfly, flutter away. And so she's very interested in things and holding her mom's hand. And then we see here, also I need to delete the comments from the last page. The mom is, oh, I know, dear. And it's so interesting because, again, we have the reference of the horns. This is kind of giving me Sailor Moon vibes again, Sailor Moon, because the moon buns, inspo, kind of like Sailor Moon-ish. But I like that her mom dresses her or does her hair just like her. So I think it's kind of, oh my god, I kind of feel like it's, I can't. This makes me so sad. Because the fact that her mom does her hair like this, Anya probably wears the clips on her hair in honor of her mother, because no one does her hair like that for her anymore. I feel like crying. Oh my god. It's so... I can't. So yeah, it makes me curious if her mother also can read minds, but according to this, the fact that Anya is pointing that this is a butterfly, her mom is saying, oh, I know, dear. Wouldn't it be nice if we could soar through the sky like that? So what's interesting is, it's just like I thought. Based on their outfit, it looks like a patient gown. She's saying like it would be nice if we could soar through the sky like this. So again, word choice is very important because it says so much about the person, what they're thinking and feeling. If we could soar through the sky like that. So again, this is kind of a way to say, to escape reality, escape, free. So this kind of tone just tells you that they are both imprisoned. Again, I really love the whole show not tell kind of thing that is going on with Spy Family, because you could tell a lot of things if you really take the time to understand the words, take note of the gowns and all that stuff. So we could tell, like, based on these two alone, we don't know what happened to Anya's mother, but it seems like they're both imprisoned. And then here we see Anya looking up to her mom and she's saying, oh, Mama. And it just makes me really sad because we both know there's only one thing, how Anya addresses her parents. And this is actually really interesting to me because I should have looked into this more. In terms of distinguishing her parents, Mama refers to her bio mom, right? Her biological mom. But then we have haha. And then, what do we read? I'm trying to remember haha. Haha, in terms of Japanese, I can't remember. I think it was like something like, come on, Japanese, don't feel me now. I don't write it enough, this annoys me. I know how to read it in Japanese, but I just forget how to haha in Japanese. That means mother, yeah. It would be this one. There's another one, Okasan, yes. But yeah, she says haha with this, or we use the in hiragana, which is something I wanted to point out because I'm probably the same. Yes, I knew it. It was like something like that. Okay, to write it down, and then I think it was. Let me see. My Japanese. Come on. It's like that and that. So we know haha is. Oops. Why did I do that? Boom. Okay, so we have haha referring to your, right? So in Anya is able to distinguish between her parents. So your as her adopted mother is haha, whereas mama is going to refer to her mother. And it's really interesting, and I really want to distinguish this, that she doesn't want to use the same names for her parents or her mothers because she does want to give them their own title, which is, I like that. I really like that because it really distinguishes the relationship she has with them. And also, it's kind of like saying like she respects that her bio mom will always be her bio mom and her adopted mom will always be her adopted mom, but they're still mothers nonetheless for her. So, it squeezes my heart to just see all this happening. We're gonna go ahead and go to the next page. And that's her dream. Aww. And Anya, okay, Anya is known to be a sleep talker a lot of the time, so here she's just like hugging Worf. Aww. And then just Bond is just being choked out by her hug. Anya, please don't strangle Bond in your sleep. And she's waking up. Anya, do you know school resumes tomorrow, right? Don't break your daily rhythm by sleeping at unusual times. Okay. I'm going to do some shopping. Okay, we got some domestic Twyor. I mean, not Twyor, Forger fam. I love this. Love this very much. Anya, is there anything special you want for dinner? And Anya, oh yeah. Yor also says, take care, this is so cute. I love it when they have these little cute little interactions. Little crumbs of Twyor here. Cute. I want that. What was it? Potato gratin? Yeah, that. Ooh, that sounds actually really good right now. So cute. So, moving on here. Wow, Mama, can you read my mind? Okay. And I feel like I need to highlight this because this doesn't make sense in terms of, in English. So just so you know, English readers, consumers, if you watch the anime, Anya does distinguish the words mom and mama and stuff. So she says mama here again, but this is actually what I mentioned to you earlier. It's haha. She does not call her mama in terms of the same title as her mother. She distinguishes them. Because if you watch the anime where Anya has the interview and she's told to recall her old mother, she calls her mama. But for Yor, she calls her haha. So this is quite important to keep note that she doesn't ever call Yor mama. She just refers to her as haha from that point, since the very beginning. So this is actually really cute here. Wow, Mama, can you read my mind? And that's actually really cute. Play on words here. And you know how Anya is a mind reader, so I like that there's this whole fun that's taking place here, because in the last chapter we know reading minds is a thing, and it's interesting. I can read every part of you, Anya, which is very cute. So for a mom, this is quite true. If you're a mother, you can understand your child really well. Most mothers who are very nurturing to their child, they're able to tell what their child wants and stuff, and Yor has definitely gotten used to the role, but then again, she's also an assassin, so her occupation is just like, she really needs to understand the body, like, you know, body language from the person that she's assigned to. So that stuff is very important. So, but her relationship with Anya just goes to show, like, you know, how easy it is for her to understand Anya. It's because she really adores Anya as, you know, her own daughter. So it's really cute to see that, you know, Anya, or like yours, this, like, literally saying, I can read every part of you, Anya. It's very sweet, it's very wholesome, and again, saying these word choices, I can read every part of you, it's really like kind of hitting Lloyd in terms of the last chapter, in terms of mind reading, right? Is mind reading a real thing? He's still very hesitant, doesn't believe in it, but all the tests at the hospital showed him that, you know, that Melinda is not crazy. So there's just more of that confirmation for him, or that possibly what she said is very true, that perhaps Donovan Desmond is a mind reader. So we have this this really, really cute gaze here. And again, I always like to pay attention to Lloyd's eyes. We see that Lloyd is in his twilight, like he's like Twilight, he's analyzing right now. And then you can see here we have Twilight going back to Lloyd again. You can always tell by their eyes. So anytime it's a little bit more squarish, it is definitely more Twilight. Another thing about Twilight is Twilight has this little dent underneath this eye. So it's usually him. He's just like observing, scanning, and he's just like really thinking about it. Versus if you compare to this panel, we have more of a Lloyd here. Because how can I tell? Because it's a little bit more rounded. Remember, Twilight's eyes is a little bit more squarish, whereas Lloyd's eyes are a bit more rounded. But a lot of the times, it's like that middle, that happy little middle, where it feels like it's a mixture of the two, but also redacted. I definitely need to go back in the previous chapter to investigate and identify Redacted's eyes, because Redacted's eyes are much more soft. They're a little bit like Lloyd's eyes. I feel like with the Forger family, perhaps Redacted is coming out more often than Lloyd. But I have yet to confirm that, so bear with me. However, it's much easier to know who is taking place in terms of who's showing, in terms of like speaking, because Iguchi-san does an excellent job with, again, voices, and it's really easy for me to hear, oh, if he's playing Lloyd, or if he's playing Twilight, or if he's playing Redacted. It's much easier to tell from voices, for me at least. But for art, I just need to pay attention in terms of how the eyes are being drawn for Twilight, which is why, or Twilight Lloyd or Redacted, whoever is like taking his role. But yeah, this is why I really love Spy Family. It's just all these nuance, these small details are so fun to look at, and of course, just, I don't know, parse them, pick them apart, I don't know. But yeah, so we have Anya getting excited over Gretchen. And then we have, we have Bond saying, Worf, well, Worf. And it's so cute. He's just very, very supportive little brother. And then Yor is just so happy. Teehee. And she's just like very happy in this moment. So Yor goes up, picks up both of their mugs, and walks over to Lloyd. Before her nap, she saw it on TV, and I said, I want that. And then it's very interesting. I like that. So Yor here is trying to help Lloyd kind of have a better understanding of his daughter. So it's really cute that Yor is really out here helping. She's like, in a way, she's giving like advice of how to be a parent, is just to be observant, right? Just be observant. So based on her answer, I can tell you that Lloyd in the beginning, and I'm pretty sure Yor already knows this, he has a hard time understanding Anya. So Yor has become a companion, comrade in arms when it comes to parenting with Lloyd. So she's giving him advice by saying, you know, it's not that difficult to understand Anya, you know, because she saw it on TV and she said, I want that, right? So she's telling him an advice of how to understand his daughter. It's just, you know, pay attention to what they want to say or what they like, and if you bring it up in a conversation, it'll make them feel happy, because you know, based on like Anya's discourse here, saying, oh mama, you can read my mind, well, it just happened previously. So it's just being observant, and I think this is so cute because here I can't, I love the Twilight crumbs here. Oh my god, we have Lloyd, who's just looking very happy, very pleased, and again, here we go, the little line here. What's interesting is that it feels kind of, is that faded? Is it a faded kind? Because usually when we see the drawings of this eye, or like the little crease on his eye, I don't know if it's faded, maybe it's just me. I'm just being weird here. His eyes here are very soft and gentle. I feel like these are probably Redacted's eyes. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, of course. I feel like these are Redacted's eye, because again, Redacted typically shows up for Yor but also it's also for sometimes with Anya too. But Lloyd has this specific face only reserved for his family, which is so sweet. So yeah, so for Lloyd, sighing and saying, heh, it's just really sweet. And Lloyd is very happy to have this conversation with Yor because he can see that Yor genuinely really cares of Anya. And then I like this little dance. Be back in a minute. See you soon, Lloyd. Aw. And the gratin dance. I feel like this is kind of a this is kind of alluding to a small illusion. Sorry, guys, I write slanted. I know. So this is an allusion to Code White, right? Code White. Because if you guys watch Code White, she does dance. Anya likes to do little like silly dances, so I feel like this is kind of like a small reference to Code White. I don't think her dance looks like this. I can't remember the dance that she does in Code White, but you can specifically see the dance at the end of the series. It's on the post-credit. I mean, not post-credit. It's at the credit scene. We see Anya dancing a little bit. So yeah, anytime Anya does a little silly dance, it's really cute because we know she's at her happiest. So yeah, I think it's adorable to see little Anya like that. So again, very, very short chapter. Because it already says to be continued, that's the end of it. It is kind of heavy for sure. But yeah, nonetheless, great job to Endo-san for creating this chapter. It's a good blend of heavy and also, again, it's a good blend of being heavy in the beginning because all of this stuff with Anya and her mother to something very wholesome, heavy and wholesome. I feel like that dichotomy between that is very nice because it puts you into that feel. Like it really triggers your, what's the word for this? The feelings. Yeah, definitely the feelings. Let me see if I remember it. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Pathos. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Oops. So overall, this chapter was very nice because it triggers your pathos. You're basically your empathetic side. It was a good dichotomy between heavy, heavy past with something wholesome. And I think this is really capturing what is Spy Family. At least this is how I feel about it, is that what makes Spy Family so special is that it has this opportunity to, like for example, I want to compare to Parasite, the Korean drama, where in the beginning it was comedy, then horror, right? Whereas for here, it's kind of like on that same note. However, it's more focused on wholesome heavy in the beginning, but wholesome at the end. And it's such a beautiful contrast. I like that, like, contrast between them. And I feel like this is what encapsulates what is Spy Family, is the whole heavy, like dark, the dark, heavy topics, and then being like closing out into a much more peaceful time. And this has been a consistent theme that I really associate with Spy Family because we see it in the very first manga chapter where it was heavy in terms of action, how dark it can be to be a spy or an assassin, and then it concludes with them being at home together, finding wholesomeness. It's just an ongoing theme. We also see this in chapter 90 to 100, I think, with the Martha Anderson arc, or the Love and War arc, I believe. They have a very sad war story, and leading until the very end, we see Martha and Henry are basically at the gravesite honoring Henry's late wife, and it's just like they're just at peace, like even though they didn't have their moment of romance, they've moved on. They just seek each other as companions at that point, just nothing more. And the feelings that they have are probably still there, but it's just probably not as romantic anymore because of course they're in their late stage in their lives. So yeah, at the end of the day, I just think like this is what Spy Family is. Like this kind of genre, this heaviness slash ending in a happy note, like wholesomeness at the end. So that's how I would perceive Spy Family. And that being said, today is a very, very short analysis or analyses of this chapter because it's only 5 pages. But nonetheless, we got at least like 25 minutes of conversation or discourse and analyses on here. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think. I'm gonna go ahead and post this video right away and hope to talk to you guys soon. And again, I apologize. I know a lot of you guys are commenting and leaving really thoughtful comments. I'm gonna do my best and address them this week. It's just I've been very, very busy because I'm also working on my online business at the moment. And that takes a lot of my time away, and I apologize. I do read your comments, and a lot of you guys have very interesting points. I've even had my friends Anya and Moss comment, and also give and respond to posts too, because again, we're very, very passionate about this project, and we really love analyzing and talking about how much effort and research goes into Spy Family. So please consider watching the Daily Wise Ciphers. We will continue our next episode this week. Right now, we are trying to have a consistent schedule, but of course, life happens, and all of us are in different periods in our life where I believe Moss is still a student finishing her bachelor's. I finished my master's recently, and I'm just I'm working on my online business and working a lot as well in real life. And Anya is also quite busy with her real life, and she's also still working. I think she has her PhD already. I can't remember. But yeah, it's just we're all very busy, and we're trying to make time to make the Daily Wise Cipher as enjoyable as possible. We're learning as we're going, so yeah. We hope to hear from you guys, and thank you so much to everyone who's watched my videos thus far. And yeah, I'm gonna wish you guys all a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. And make sure to stay hydrated, eat something healthy, rest, and see you guys in the next segment. Alright, bye guys.
銀色の明かりのもとお眠りなさい私の可愛いおじさまお眠